Hello and welcome back. In this section, we are going to talk about what is barcode, what is QR code, and what is RFID. Why are we saying that RFID is the only or the mostly used system in electronic toll collection? So in this section, we will understand the difference between barcode, QR code, and RFID, and why RFID is preferred for the electronic toll collection. So in barcode, it is the mostly, I would say, commonly used for inventory control. Again, QR code is also used for the advertising, website URL, and RFID can be used for automated inventory management. So what does this mean? That whenever you would have purchased some product, if you just look at the back side of that product, you will find some bar graphs, right? The vertical black and white lines. Those are called barcode. So that is very much used for the inventory control. Why? Because whenever a person who is managing the inventory will look at that barcode, instead of typing that barcode or inventory code into their device, what they do is that they will just use a barcode reader, and automatically all the information of related to that product will get, I would say, added to the inventory management system. Again, in the QR code, it is mostly used for advertising, website, URL. For example, if you have a website, you can create your QR code on by yourself. You can go to the website and create a QR code very easily. In fact, we have also developed a course on QR code, that how QR code can be used for digital payments as well. What is a QR code? What are different components of it? How it can be used for digital payment. So we have a dedicated course on that. You can just visit our profile page and you'll find that course there. And again, in RFID, it talks about automated inventory management. Whenever a product is going through a tunnel or say through a passage, the RFID reader automatically identifies that, okay, here is the product which is moving, and automatically captures all the information and records that into the inventory management. While barcode and RFID tag are used, I would say, for the same purpose, but there are other limitations and difference between barcode and RFID. We'll talk about that in the later part of this table. So again, interesting use cases which includes for the barcode is that barcode can be used as an input into video games, event registration. For example, you would have seen that in the movie ticket or any of the event ticket, you will find there are barcodes mentioned below or at the back of the card, so that any person, the ticket operator, can just scan that barcode and you will get an entry. For the QR code, you will find out that it can be used for virtual stores with codes and also the pictures. For example, you will find that there are so many QR codes pasted on some, I would say, some of the walls, and you can just scan that QR code. You get all the information related to that product, and in fact, you can also purchase that product online as well. So QR code is nothing, just a quick response code, which means that instead of typing all the information, you just scan the QR code and it takes you to a different page or to a different destination where it is supposed to redirect or direct, and then you can take the intended action, which means you can either look at the virtual store, you can just download an application, or you can just make a payment. Anything that you want to do can be done through QR code. And in RFID, it is about interactive experience at the sporting event or any of the festival. So RFID tag can also be used for pet tracking or to track your pet as well. And needs to be in visible line of sight for the scanning. So barcode, which means that whenever there is a barcode, the reader of that barcode needs to be in the same line, exactly face to face, to scan and to understand that. That is the benefit of the barcode. In the QR code, it is exactly the same. There cannot be a different angle. If the QR code is at your, say, eyesight, which means your mobile phone also needs to be on the eyesight. It cannot be on a different angle or at a upper level angle or a lower level angle. It has to be exactly, I would say, this line of sight. But in the RFID tag, even if it is from the different angle, it can capture the information from there. And hence, this is the case why RFID tag is being used for the electronic toll collection, which means, for example, let's say a car is approaching the toll plaza. The RFID card reader, which is generally up and I would say at a higher altitude, they can just capture the RFID, I would say, data right from the different angle as well. If there would be a QR code or a barcode, the reader will not be able to read the information which is in the QR code or the barcode, but it can do it very well with an RFID card reader and RFID sticker. Again, barcode has a range from a few inches to a feet, not beyond that, right? And similarly for the QR code, it is again several inches to a foot, which means that beyond 1 foot, the QR code and barcode cannot be read. So, but then if you talk about RFID, it can scan up to 30 feet, right? And this is one of the other reason why RFID sticker is being preferred over barcode and QR code, right? Because for example, let's just think that if say a car is approaching from 30 feet, I would say far, still the RFID reader will be able to identify and do all those things like transactions, identification, classification, everything. But if there's a barcode or a QR code, the reader will not be able to do that because the maximum range is 1 foot only, but in RFID it is 30 feet. And I'm sure now you will agree that why RFID tag is being used for electronic toll collection. For the reading writing capacity, for the barcode, it is only readable kind of a format, which means that if there is some information onto the barcode, the reader can only just read the information whatever it is, right? For example, if it is a biscuit packet, the barcode reader will only identify, okay, it is a biscuit, I would say packet, and it has this unique, I would say, reference code or inventory code. It cannot change anything, right? For example, let's say if the biscuit is of say 15 grams, but you see that the sticker is wrongly placed and actually the biscuit is for 50 grams, right? So you will not be able to change that information into that code, right? You will not be able to make any changes, even it is for 15 grams or 50 grams or 100 grams, right? Whatever is pasted on that packet, the reader will just capture that, right? So hence it is called a dumb system as well. Barcode is also considered to be a dumb system where it does not, I would say, understand anything or update anything. It just provides information whatever it is there, right? Similar is the case of QR code. It only gives you a facility to read only, but in RFID has the capacity to read and write, which means that in RFID the reader can actually read what is written into the RFID tag and can also update the information, can also write the information. When I say write the information, which means that it can deduct the balance and can update the balance through that sticker to the prepaid wallet, to the card system, to the banking system. And hence RFID has the reading and the writing capacity as well. Now let us compare these three on the data capacity. So a barcode only has less than 20 character capacity to adjust. In a QR code there could be 7,089 characters, and in RFID there could be thousands of characters, which means that RFID has a capability to handle a lot of information related to classification, identification, what kind of vehicle it is, and all other information, whatever the institution or the payment system wants to kind of embed into that RFID sticker and also want to capture from that sticker. So that is a capacity which RFID has over barcode and QR code. Now if we talk about the reliability and ruggedness, so for example a barcode, if it is wrinkled, that it will not work. Similar is the case of a QR code, right? So up to 30% recovery of data from wrinkled codes, which means that the QR code is wrinkled, that only 30% of information can be captured and 70% cannot be captured. Or if the QR code is like 70%, I would say rugged or is wrinkled, then you will not be able to get any information. However, that is not the case of RFID. So even it is say wrinkled to some extent or it is damaged to some extent, still it can read the information whatever is in the RFID tag. So now we have seen the difference between barcode, QR code and RFID, and now I'm sure that after going through this comparison you will also appreciate that why RFID is considered to be a tool for toll collection and why not barcode or QR code or say any other kind of a code. This was the tabular representation. Let us look at how does these three look like. So the first one where it is written 1 2 3 4 5 6, this is the barcode, this is the QR code, and this is the RFID tag, right? So it has a circuit, it has information embedded, it has an antenna as well, it gets activated whenever it comes into a contact with an RFID card reader, right? So we will talk about that, how does it work, why it is the passive RFID or is an active RFID in the later part of this course. So that's all in this chapter. See you in the next chapter. Till the time, take care and see you there. Thank you.